What happens to your brain when you quit your phone for 7 days? Intro. Have you ever stopped to think about how many times you touch your phone every single day? For most people, the answer is shocking. The average person checks their phone hundreds of times every day, often without even realizing it. A quick glance at a notification becomes 10 minutes of scrolling. One message turns into 20 videos. Hours disappear, and our brains slowly adapt to this endless stream of stimulation. But what would happen if you suddenly stopped? No social media, no endless scrolling, no notifications, no phone for 7 full days. Would your brain become bored? Would you feel anxious? Or would something incredible begin to happen inside your mind? Scientists have spent years studying how smartphones affect attention, memory, sleep, stress, and even happiness. The discoveries are fascinating. Some changes happen within hours, others take days, but almost all of them reveal one surprising truth. Your brain is far more powerful than your phone. Let's explore exactly what happens. Day by day. Day 1. Withdrawal. The first day feels strange, almost uncomfortable. Without thinking, your hand reaches toward your pocket. You unlock your phone, only to remember that you're not using it. This automatic behavior isn't an accident. It's a habit your brain has repeated thousands of times. Every notification, every vibration, every like triggers a small release of dopamine. Dopamine is often called the reward chemical. It motivates you to seek something pleasurable again and again. When those rewards suddenly disappear, your brain notices immediately. You may feel restless. You may feel bored. Some people even experience anxiety during the first day. But this isn't because your phone is essential. It's because your brain is adjusting to the absence of constant stimulation. This is the beginning of the reset. Day 2, your focus begins to return. By the second day, something interesting starts to happen. The constant noise inside your mind begins to fade. Without endless notifications, messages, and social media updates competing for your attention, your brain finally gets a chance to slow down. At first, concentrating may still feel difficult. Your mind may wander. You might even feel the urge to check your phone for no reason at all. This is completely normal. Your brain is still adjusting to a world with fewer distractions, but every hour without constant interruptions allows your attention to recover. Research has shown that even brief distractions can break your concentration, and it may take several minutes to fully regain your focus. When those interruptions disappear, your brain can stay engaged with one task for much longer. You may notice that reading becomes easier. Conversations feel more meaningful. Simple activities become more enjoyable because your attention is no longer divided every few seconds. This is the moment when many people realize something surprising. The problem was never their ability to focus. The problem was the endless distractions surrounding them. By the end of the second day, your brain is already beginning to build healthier patterns of attention. And this is only the beginning. Day 3, your stress begins to fade. By the third day, many people begin to notice a real change. The constant pressure to check notifications starts to disappear. Your brain is no longer waiting for the next message, the next like, or the next piece of breaking news. Instead, your nervous system begins to slow down. Your breathing feels more natural, your thoughts become quieter, and your mind starts to experience something that has become surprisingly rare: silence. Modern smartphones keep our brains in a constant state of alert. Every vibration and every notification tells your brain that something might need your attention. Over time, this can leave you feeling mentally exhausted without even realizing it. But after 3 days away from that endless stream of information, your brain finally has a chance to recover. Many people report feeling calmer, less anxious, and more emotionally balanced. Small moments become enjoyable again. A walk outside feels refreshing. A conversation becomes more meaningful. Even sitting quietly no longer feels uncomfortable. Your brain is beginning to remember what life feels like without constant digital interruptions. And this calm state prepares your mind for even bigger changes in the days ahead. Day 4, your brain starts to recharge. By the fourth day, one of the biggest changes begins to happen. Your brain starts to recover from constant mental overload. For years, it has been processing an endless stream of notifications, videos, messages, and information. Even during moments of rest, your mind rarely had the chance to truly relax. Now everything is different. Without the pressure to constantly check your phone, your brain can finally enter longer periods of uninterrupted thinking. This is when deeper mental processes begin to take place. Your memory starts working more efficiently, your thoughts become clearer, and solving problems feels less overwhelming. Many people also notice an improvement in their sleep by the fourth day. Without late-night scrolling and exposure to bright screens, your body begins producing melatonin more naturally, the hormone responsible for healthy sleep. Better sleep gives your brain something it desperately needs: time to repair itself. As your sleep improves, your energy increases, your mood becomes more stable, and your mind feels sharper than it did just a few days ago. By now, you're no longer simply avoiding your phone. You're giving your brain the opportunity to function the way it was designed to, and the transformation is only getting started. Day 5, creativity comes back. By the fifth day, your brain begins to change in a remarkable way. Without spending hours consuming endless content, your mind finally has space to create its own ideas. Instead of constantly reacting to information, you begin generating it. This is where creativity starts to return. You may notice yourself thinking more deeply about problems. New ideas appear during simple moments, like taking a walk, drinking coffee, or sitting quietly. Scientists believe these moments are connected to the brain's default mode network, a system that becomes active when your mind is free from constant distractions. This network plays an important role in imagination, self-reflection, and creative thinking. For years, many people have filled every empty moment by reaching for their phones, waiting in line, riding in a car, even lying in bed before sleeping. But when those moments are no longer filled with endless scrolling, your brain begins to use them differently. You start reflecting, planning, imagining, creating. Many people discover that their best ideas don't come while staring at a screen. They come when the mind is finally allowed to wander. By the fifth day, you're no longer just breaking a habit. You're unlocking mental abilities that have been buried beneath constant digital noise. And the biggest transformation is still waiting ahead. Day 6, your mind feels sharper. By the sixth day, the changes become impossible to ignore. Your mind feels clearer, your thoughts are more organized, and your attention lasts longer than it did just a few days ago. Without constant interruptions, your brain no longer needs to switch between dozens of tasks every hour. Instead, it can focus on one thing at a time. This ability is known as deep focus. It allows you to solve problems more efficiently, learn new information faster, and complete tasks with less mental effort. You may notice that reading becomes easier, work feels less overwhelming, and conversations become more engaging because you're fully present in the moment. Many people also report feeling less mentally exhausted, not because they're doing less, but because their brains are no longer wasting energy processing endless notifications and digital distractions. This is one of the greatest benefits of a digital detox. Your brain begins using its energy for thinking, learning, and creating instead of constantly reacting. By now, you're not fighting the habit anymore. You're experiencing what your mind can do when it's given the freedom to focus. And after tomorrow, you'll discover the biggest lesson of all. Day 7, you take back control. After 7 full days, something remarkable has happened. The person who couldn't go a few minutes without checking a phone is no longer controlled by it. Your brain has adapted. The constant cravings have become weaker. Your attention is stronger. Your mind feels calmer. And the endless urge to scroll has started to fade. This doesn't mean you'll never use your phone again. Technology isn't the enemy. In fact, smartphones are powerful tools when they're used with intention. The real problem begins when the tool starts controlling the person. After 1 week, many people notice they spend more time with family and friends. They enjoy conversations without constantly checking a screen. They become more productive at work. They sleep better. They think more clearly. And they appreciate the present moment in a way they had forgotten. Perhaps the most important lesson isn't that you should quit your phone forever. It's that your attention is one of the most valuable resources you have. Every notification competes for it. Every app is designed to keep it. But only you can decide where it belongs. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. Give it the right environment, and it will reward you with greater focus, deeper thinking, better sleep, and a calmer mind. The question isn't whether your brain can change. It already has. The only question left is, will you take the first step? If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more fascinating insights about the human brain, psychology, and neuroscience, subscribe to Neurovia, because understanding your brain is the first step to unlocking your full potential. See you in the next video.